All right. Good morning, everybody. Luis Morales here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. And if you're tuning in, it means it is 7:30 a.m. on a Monday morning. It's time for a couple mini classes here, movement prep for 10 minutes, and then cardio crush for the last 20. So let's go ahead and get right into it. What we're going to be doing for movement prep today. Just some general movement prep, kind of get the day going, and then later we'll also transition into some movement prep specifically for the movements we're going to be doing during cardio crush. So I'm going to set the time for 10 minutes and we'll get into it. Then we'll get into cardio crush and I'll explain what we're doing with that. All right, so 10 minutes on the clock. Let's get it going. Let's go ahead and start in our spaces with some space out in front of us on our mat or wherever you are at. What we're going to start with is the dynamic runner's stretch. So with the feet planted, what we do is push those hips back, reach for the ground, try and touch the toes here for a moment. And since it's the morning for me, I'm kind of feeling a little bit tighter than normal. That's all right. Take a moment, take a breath if you're doing this in the morning. All right, and then let's walk those hands all the way out into a nice push-up position to start here. What we're going to do from here, big lunge with that left foot. Place it outside the left hand. So trying to keep that back leg straight. Let's open up, reach that left hand up towards the sky or the ceiling. Take a deep breath. Still trying to keep that back leg nice and straight. And then let's return that left hand back to the ground. So return that left foot back to meet the right, and then we're going to do the same thing with the right side. So big lunge with the right, placing it outside that right hand. Next, let's twist, reach up for the sky, reach up, look past that thumb, keeping the back leg nice and straight. Take a moment to take a breath. Now let's place that hand back down on the ground and return that right foot back to meet the left. And from here, what we're going to do is just slowly inch ourselves back towards those feet with the hands. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, that is all right. And slowly roll yourself up. Good work, guys. All right, next we're going to stay in that standing position. Still doing some movement prep here. All right, and so the next one, what we're going to do to warm up the posterior chain just a little bit is some inchworms. So with the feet planted with some space in front of us, what we want to do is reach down towards the ground just like we were trying to touch our toes. And if you can't get all the way to the toes of the ground this morning, that's totally okay. What we're going to do is bend our knees just a little bit and then start to walk those hands all the way out until we can get into a nice push-up position like we just were. And then from here, the hands are going to stay planted. What we're going to do is push ourselves up into a pike position, and then those feet are going to start to walk in towards the hands. Now, you might not be able to make it all the way, but do your best. Try and feel some stretch. Bend the knees a little bit if you have to. And then you can roll all the way on up once those feet come and meet those hands. Now, let's turn around. We're going to do it one more time, going in the opposite direction. So pushing those hips back, trying to find the ground here if we can. Bend those knees a little bit to get those hands to touch the ground, and we're walking those hands all the way out. Breathing while we do it. Then once we're in our nice push-up position, use our shoulders, push ourselves up, and then those feet are going to slowly start to inch back in towards the hands. Good work, guys. Good work. Breathe. Bend the knees if you have to. And then we can straighten all the way up when we're done. Good work so far. Good work. Okay, got some good standing stuff in. Let's go ahead and lie down on our backs in our space. We can continue to move and stretch out the hips a little bit more here. So once we're on our backs, knees are bent, feet are on the ground, what we're going to do is stretch out the front of our hips a little bit. So let's take the right leg, Bring that knee in towards the chest. You can either grab in the crease or on the top of that right knee. What we're going to do is just bring it into the chest as much as we can. Now the goal is to get the knee to touch kind of the rib cage here and be able to comfortably hang out and breathe at the same time. We're just going to hold this. And if you're not there today, that's all right. Still got time. You can get there tomorrow or the next day, as long as we practice. One more breath here with this right knee. Beautiful. On the exhale, go ahead and let that knee go. Other side now. Bringing that left knee in as close to the chest as we can. And taking a couple breaths. Good job, guys. One more breath. By now, you might have noticed that something was a little bit tighter. If one hip was a little bit tighter than the other. All right. Now, since we're in this on our backs position, so what we can do is to activate the glutes a little bit more. These are a big muscle group that we want to make sure we have control over. So with the knees bent, what we're going to do is dig our heels into the ground of the mat with our toes up. We're going to then, with the core tight, squeeze our glutes like we're going to crush a walnut and come up into that glute bridge. And then once we get up, just bring it right back on down. We're going to warm up with a few more reps and then we'll start holding it a little bit. So make sure that tummy is really, really tight. Big squeeze at the top. And then lower yourself back down. All right, couple more here. Good, nice forceful squeeze. Good job, guys, good job. We're warming up that backside. Let's do one more, and we'll hold it for a little bit longer on this one. A big squeeze, and we're holding. Make sure you can breathe in this position. Good work, guys. We're warming that backside up. All right, slowly let it down. Nicely done, nicely done. Okay, we're gonna stay on our backs here. We're gonna do a little bit more marching just to activate the hamstrings and the glutes just a little bit more. So the next task for us is going to be some marching. So let's bring those hips up, and slowly what we're gonna do, let's raise that left leg up. Core is really, really tight here, supporting us. Bring the left leg down. Take a moment to transfer, and then we're bringing the right leg up in the air. Bring that right leg down. Good job, guys, good job. All right, one more each side. Core is really tight. Bringing that left leg up. Bring the left leg down. One more time, right leg coming up. Good work, you guys. Right leg down. Let's slowly bring our hips back down to meet the ground. Good work, guys. Good work. All right, I bet those muscles are feeling nice and warm. So let's go ahead and get into a little bit of a core warm-up. Let's go ahead and stay right here on our backs. What we're going to be doing is a little bit of what I like to call the heel taps. So, core's pretty woken up already. Let's go ahead and bring those legs up into a tabletop position. So knees bent at 90 degrees. Our knees are gonna stay this amount of bent, and we're gonna move from the hips here. So with the tummy really tight, don't let that back leave the ground. We're just gonna one at a time come down and tap our heels on the ground. Good work, you guys. Don't let those knees bend. Further waking up those tummy muscles. Just one at a time, nice and slow. Good work. All right, one more on each side. Beautiful. All right, guys, bring those legs down to rest. Let's go ahead and flip onto our hands and our knees. we're within the final minute of movement prep, and then we'll move into cardio crush. So last thing for our warm-up, what we're gonna do, hands and knees here, hands planted under the shoulders, knees planted under those hips. We're gonna do a little bit of the primal press, also known as a quadruped plank. So curl those toes up under the feet. What we're gonna do is push down through the feet and the hands. Let those knees leave the ground for about an inch. And now we're just gonna hang out here for about 20 seconds. Remember to breathe, guys. Those exhales are your best friend here. Good work, guys, good work. And rest. Beautiful. All right, that is the timer going off, letting us know that we've come to the end of movement prep. I hope everyone's feeling a little more loose, a little more warm. Let's go ahead and get into cardio crush. So cardio crush, the concept is pretty simple today. What we're going to be working is 2 movements. Those are the reverse lunge alternating and our simple marches. So what that should look like generally for the reverse lunge, what we want to do is make sure we have some space behind us, and then we can step back while keeping our weight over that front leg, using that front leg hip to kind of power our movement, more specifically the glute. And we're just going to alternate stepping back and then coming all the way up to standing up nice and tall. So that's our first movement. And then our second movement, the march, pretty easy on this one. What we're going to be doing is throwing those hands and those knees up nice and high, using those glutes, standing on one leg for a moment. And we're just alternating here. So those are our 2 movements today for cardio crush. And the intervals on which we're going to be working on those movements, we're going to be working for 50 seconds of each minute and then giving 10 seconds to rest. Now, what we're shooting for is about 6-ish rounds. We might make it to 8 depending on how well we're doing with time. Come towards the end, we are still going to do a cool down. But the main things that I want everyone to focus on for this cardio crush session is 1, keeping the pace with whatever movement you're doing, even if it's a slower pace. Make sure you can try and keep the pace for the whole 50 seconds of work. And then what another big focus of this class is nasal breath. So trying to do as much breathing in only through the nose as possible. And so this is keeping the mouth closed, breathing through the nose while we're moving, breathing through the nose while we're resting, especially when we're resting. So if this is a new concept to you, and it's something that you're like, whoa, this is new to me, this doesn't feel super comfortable, just try doing the nasal breaths on our rest breaks, our short kind of 10-second transition. Maybe you get 2 or 3 of those nasal breaths in, and that'll kind of keep our heart rate nice and high as we kind of go through this 18-minute stint. So let's go ahead and set up the clock here. All right, so probably going to be about 12 minutes of work here, guys. Again, 50 seconds on, or 10 seconds off, almost at 20 there. 10 seconds off of that reverse lunge alternating and the marching, trying to breathe through our nose the entire time if we can. All right, guys, let's get it going. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, and we're going. All right, so make sure you got that space behind you. We're just trying to keep the pace here. It might get a little easier as we get a couple rounds into it. We warm up these movements a little bit more. It's going to be hard for me to kind of do my whole nasal breathing thing just because I'm talking. I'm going to be doing the best that I can. And that is the goal, guys, trying to do the best you can with that nasal breathing. Good work, everybody, good work. About 10 seconds left. Almost there, you guys, almost there. And time. All right, nasal breaths only, let's go. 3, 2, 1, and we are marching. Only breathe in through the nose here, guys. No, it might be a new concept, but let's try it out. You're still gonna get that air. Your lungs are actually gonna like it just a little bit more because the air that we breathe in through our nose is nice and conditioned. It's a little bit warmer. The lungs tend to like that better. Good work, y'all, good work. Keep those legs and arms pumping. Here we go, 10 seconds left, come on. Keep that pace. 3, 2, 1. Nasal breaths only. Here we go, guys. All right, you guys, we're back to those reverse lunges. Come on, keep breathing through the nose. Come on, keep the weight over that front leg. Let that front leg's hip do all the work here. If you guys can end up linking up that arm movement opposite that front leg, that is some extra bonus points. Good work. Keep it coming in through the nose. We're almost done here. 3, 2, 1. Let's rest. Nasal breaths only, guys. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're into our second round of marching. Stay up nice and tall. Go to work, guys. Way to work. We're just starting the week off. I'm gonna breathe in through that nose. I know it might be a foreign concept, so do as best you can. Keep that pace going. Ten seconds, come on. And time. All right, guys, nasal breaths only, come on. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're back into that reverse lunge. Still nasal breaths if you can. Good work, you guys. Let that front hip work. Keep that weight over that front foot. Push that ground away from you with that front foot, guys. Here we go. Grip that ground. Got about 15 seconds. Come on. This is round 3. Here we go. Almost halfway through. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, let's rest. Nasal breaths only. Let's see if we can do it. All right, guys, time to get back into marching. Here we go. Try and do the best you can with those breaths. Good work. You guys are killing it. Keep those arms swinging. Keep those legs pumping. Whatever pace you have, try and maintain it. Here we go. Good work. Make sure we're driving those knees up to hip level. Those hands are shooting up past our head. Nice and bent in the elbow. Almost done here. 10 seconds, come on. Get a couple nasal breaths in. 3, 2, 1, and let's rest. All right, guys, nasal breaths only. Come on, see if we can do it. All right, guys, back into those reverse lunges. Let's keep it going. We're on to round 4 now. Good work, you guys. Keep up that steady state movement. Good work, you guys, good work. Push that ground away. Use that front hip. Use those feet to grip the ground. Here we go, we're nice and stable. Keeping that pace up, we got 10 seconds. Keep working here, guys. Everyone's doing great. And time. All right, guys, stand it on up, nasal breaths only. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're back into that marching. Here we go. Whatever pace you got, let's try and keep it. It's okay to let the pace slow down a little bit. Just as long as we keep moving. Keep trying to take a nasal breath in every few breaths if you aren't already. You got this, guys. Keep working. "20 seconds. Come on, keep working. We got it. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and we rest. Nasal breaths only, guys. Here we go. All right, final 2 rounds here. Let's knock it out of the park. Let's go with reverse lunges starting now. Good work, you guys. Don't let up that pace. Whatever pace you got, try and maintain it. Try and keep it nice and even as we finish out these last couple minutes. Try and get as many nasal breaths in as you can. Almost done, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're resting. Stand it all the way up, nasal breaths. All right, guys, here we go, marching. Second to last round. Let's knock it out of the park. Attack that ground with your feet, guys. Don't let yourself get off balance. Use those glutes. Final couple rounds here, guys. Keep that pace. Got 10 seconds. Let's see what we can do. Come on. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, just some nasal breaths. We're on to our last round. Here we go. Last time we're going to do the reverse lunges and the marches. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Keep that pace. On to the final frame here, guys. Keep it working. Everyone's doing great. Keep working with those nose breaths. I'm loving it, guys. We're almost done. Keep up that pace. About 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Stand it all the way up, guys. Let's rest. Big nasal breaths. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Last round of marching, guys. Then we're cooling down. Great work so far, everybody. Let's keep up those nasal breaths if we can. You got it, guys. Keep that pace up. Let's finish strong. Great job, everybody. Great job. 15 seconds. Come on. Final frame. Three, two, one, and rest. Good job, guys. Everyone stay nice and tall. Take some of those nasal breaths in. Beautifully done, guys. Beautifully done. Okay. Feels good. Grab some water if you need to. All right, you guys, great workout. Great job in that cardio crush. Okay, let's go ahead and cool down now. So let's go ahead and lay down on our backs in our space. One of the good movements for loosening up and addressing that tissue that we were just using with the reverse lunges is the figure 4 stretch. So as we get down onto the ground, what we're gonna do is take that right ankle, place it on top of the left knee. And then from here, you might already be feeling some stretch. So you might just have to pull on that right knee just a little bit to get some outer right hip stretch. But if that's not enough for you, what we're gonna do is go ahead and elevate that left leg. We're gonna reach through the gap between our right and left and pull that left leg up. So it should give us a nice stretch in the outside of our right hip. Once you achieve a nice kind of medium stretch position, go ahead and just focus on the breathing. Forget the nasal breaths for a moment. Just try and take it in through the nose and out through the mouth. At whatever pace is comfortable. Remember, we're trying to slow down that breathing. So the longer the exhale, the slower our breath is going to get. So let's just try and extend that exhale just a little bit longer than our inhale. Good work, you guys. Good work. Feel that stretch. Let your body sink into that stretch with each exhale. All right, let's go ahead and release that left leg. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So left ankle is on right knee. Remember, you can just pull on that left knee just a little bit. You might already have a comfortable stretch there, but if not, let's go ahead and reach through the gap to grab that right leg and exaggerate our left hip stretch just a little bit more. Good job, everybody. Slowly lengthen those exhales. Nicely done, y'all. Nicely done. One more breath. Beautiful. All right, slowly let that leg go. Perfect. We got time for one more thing. So let's go ahead and flip over onto our stomachs here. As a nice cool down and also preparation for the rest of our days, what we're going to do is just a quick cobra pose. So with the hands placed up around face level, we're going to relax that lower body. Everything, the hips should be staying on the ground here. And what we're going to do is use those hands to push ourselves up to a nice high cobra position. So we should be feeling some extension through the back. If this is painful for you at all, try and avoid that pain by not going as far. But again, the hips should be connected to the ground here, and then let's bend those elbows, slowly let ourselves down. Breathing the whole way here, guys. We don't want to hold our breath or lock ourselves up here. Let's do 2 more of these cobra poses. So pushing up, hips are connected to the ground. Can relax up here for a moment, maybe take a breath, and then slowly lower ourselves back. All right, one more breath to prepare. Last cobra, here we go. Nicely done, guys. One last breath. And then we can lower ourselves back down. Now you can come up into sitting, kneeling, or standing, whatever way is most comfortable for you. But that is all for my Monday morning mini classes. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys if you guys are watching this on demand, or if you're live here, thank you guys so much for joining me. Really awesome session this morning between the movement prep and the cardio crush. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling ready to tackle the rest of the week. So if you want to find out anything more about Slack or about Exos, go check out our Slack and our SharePoint and also our YouTube channel where we have all of our classes and a lot of other fun resources, all available for you on demand. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.